Hello, I'm Jane Means and welcome to WTTB, where ordering print is made simple. I'm going to run through some packaging ideas on how to make the most mundane item look really luxurious, and today it's mince pies. So for this project you're going to need some gift wrap. I've cut it into a strip which I'll talk about a bit later on. You'll obviously need the product that you're placing inside. You'll need your gift box. A postcard is a fantastic way of reaching out to your customers, and this is a single-sided postcard where you can handwrite that special message on the reverse. I'm also going to use a sticker to add a little bit of branding as well. So I'm going to open my gift box. Already I've added some shred inside for the protection. What I've done is got my gift wrap and I've actually measured the width of the box and cut a strip. I'm going to get that strip and just place it inside. It fits in really easily, doesn't catch at the sides. You're then going to grab your product, gently place it inside. And what I'm then doing is folding the ends over. Before I do that, I'm going to get my sticker prepared. So I start peeling away the sticker so it's really easy to grab at that special moment. I'm going to bring the sides around, hold it with one hand, and with your spare hand you grab your sticker. Don't rush this part, make sure it's central and it's straight. You're also going to pop in your postcard and then close the box. What I love about this is when the recipient opens the box, they'll be so surprised at what they see. It's nearly like a wrapped gift on the inside, but I'm also going to show you how to wrap the outside. We're now going to wrap the gift, but this one is going to really stand out. So if you're trying to impress somebody or you want that VIP element, I'm going to show you a great little trick on adding a few pleats into the paper. I've pre-measured the paper already, so you are going to need a little bit of excess paper. I've measured the sides, so what you'll find is the paper doesn't go any higher than the top of the box. It's just a lot easier to fold further down the line. So in order to do this process, you need to move the gift out of the way and then just focus onto the paper. First of all, what I do is I fold one of the short edges over, about 1 centimetre or an inch. And a great little tip, rather than start from one side to the other, because often the paper isn't straight, is if you start in the middle with both fingers and just feel the paper out like that, it often is a straight line and it's a lot more manageable. So that's about 1 centimetre. I'm then going to fold it over again, this time about 1 inch, 2 centimetres. So this is a bigger fold. I'm going to do another one, so probably a couple of these. You could do as many as you like, but obviously bear in mind the more folds you put into the paper, it's going to shrink more, so you need to be aware of that. I'm going to unravel it, and then what I'm doing is just turning the wrap over, and I get my fingers like a pair of pincers and I go in, pinch the paper and just fold it over. So what I'll do is I'll fold it over and just give you a side view so you can get to see it, just quite small folds. And I'm just pinching it and folding it over. I've got very, very small pleats just here, but obviously the paper is shrinking. A really good idea is to turn the wrap over and add some tape on the back. It can be your standard sticky tape. If you've got double-sided tape, that is fine, but just leave the paper backing on it. And what I do is just press the pleats down, add the tape. And the reason for that, it just stops the paper from stretching when you're wrapping it. I'm now going to get the product, the box, what I'm wrapping. Also, another thing is try and match the patterns. So make sure the box is the right way round and also the gift wrap isn't upside down, so it all matches. Presentation is really key in gift wrapping. What I'm also going to do is position my pleats. Now you can have them positioned in the centre or you could go offside. I'm thinking already, where's my ribbon going to go? Because I don't want the bow to cover the pleats. I don't want that to cover my hard work. So what I'm going to do with this one is actually have the pleats to the side and my bow will be in the centre so I can showcase off my hard work. So the first thing I do is grab the wrap where the pleats are, drag it over the box. I don't go all the way to the end, I bring it in a little, and then it looks like you'll then get an extra pleat at the side when it's wrapped. I'm going to get the positioning right, and I'm pushing the box into the paper so you get that really tight fit. Finger and thumb just crease the edges so you get that lovely definition on the edges. I also do the same the other side, so just gently open it up, bring the other end in, pull the paper around the box. It helps when it's a really good quality paper like this. I'm undoing it. I'm going to get a fresh piece of double-sided tape. I'm going to do that trick again where I fold it and peel it back, and that is how you get a little tab, and it's really easy to peel. So you only need a small amount of double-sided tape. I actually go slightly in a bit from the edge, and you'll see why. Peel that little tab away. I then start assembling the paper around the gift. You may want to turn it around and actually pull the wrapping towards you. Get it as tight as you can. I'm then going to do my blind wrapping trick again, where I'm pushing the ends down. I'm just checking the box is roughly central, so I'm pushing it down. If the paper catches like that, it's too long. So just simply push the box up a little bit further. You then push it down without looking, and you start creasing the wrap. Get your fingers right into those corners so you're forcing those corners. There's nothing worse than you've got a steep hill one side and a shallow hill the other. You want both angles to match, and this is how you do it. So take your time, get those angles to match. I'm also doing the other side, but I'm too long. So if ever that happens, that your paper does catch at the bottom, you need to trim it off. You don't need to go all the way around. It's basically the paper above the table. So what I do is get a sharp pair of scissors and just start cutting the excess off. I then taper the side, so I get my scissors and just taper it in like so. And I'm just going to repeat the same the other side. So measurements are really key in this. Repeat the same process, push it down, fingers into the corners. I love a good quality thick paper to work with, it just oozes luxury. I'm bringing in the corners one at a time. I also want that real perfection on this gift, so what I'm going to do is bring the flap up like so. I'm going to crease the base. There's a little V at each side. It nearly looks, when you turn it around, like the back of an envelope, and you have these little V's at the side. What I'm going to do is not randomly fold the paper under. I want that perfection. I'm going to fold it outwards first of all, so I'm nearly working backwards, and I'm going to fold it back in the middle of that V. Like so. So just a gentle fold it backwards. You've then got a mark, and then when you fold it under, hopefully it will match in the centre all the way along. Let's give it a go. So by doing that, you've got that absolute perfection. Same again the other side. You could gently just sit the item up. Be very careful, it's delicate inside, and you can actually look at what you're doing. Repeat the process. If it's a really large box, a good idea is just to actually pop some tape on the insides here. You're going to get your double-sided tape, and all I'm doing is measuring how much I need. You can obviously put small amounts on. If you're in a hurry and you're short of time, just quickly measure the length like that. Place it really close to the edge. You then peel away your tape like so, and then you're going to stick that down so it's really neat and tidy. And just repeat the same the other side. Peel it away and stick. So you've now got these pleats. It's very Japanese, very origami, very stylish. And I like to accentuate the pleats. They've taken a bit of work, so with your finger and thumb, just very, very gently get your fingers underneath the pleats and just sort of give it a little crease so they slightly sit upright, just to highlight them. And it really sort of emphasises the luxury of that gift. I'm now going to face the pleats. I'm going to add my bow around the box. And what I do is, so you get that really well sort of sitting bow, as I like to call it, what I do is start with a little piece on top of the box. Because it's such a delicate item in the box, I don't like to turn the box over too many times. I literally lift the box up and down so you don't hurt the product inside. I'm getting my ribbon, I'm going around the box very, very gently. No twists, take your time. You've got a long piece and a short piece. I then do a rotation around. I lift the box up again very gently. The long piece goes underneath. And then what I then do is, with this end here, I literally do a big U-bend and go back where you've come from, like that. So you fly overhead, do a U-bend, come back to where you were, like so. And then I'm going to finish off with a really simple and understated bow. Take your time when you are tying a bow. It doesn't matter what technique you use, but just if the bow doesn't look very good, the moment you're about to pull it tight, stop. So for instance here, when I show you, the bow is really unbalanced there. I've got a big loop, a short tail, it just doesn't look balanced. So whilst it's quite loose, this is your opportunity to get the bow how it should look. The main thing is get the two loops the same size. The tails can be cut to the desired length later. So I've got the two loops the same, and together with my hands I'm just going to pull the bow tight. The other main thing, very important, sharp scissors, a definite for your bottom drawer, and just cut the ribbon at an angle. It can either be at an angle or the little fish tails. And also I use the loops as a guide for the length of the tails. So imagine the bow is sitting inside a box. And there we have it, our mince pies.